After I got pregnant, my husband Daniel specifically put a baby on board sticker on the car. He hoped it would attract trouble. Then a violent impact hit us. In a daze, I heard my husband's voice. So putting a sticker on really works. It gets rid of the bastard in my wife's belly and she'll never suspect me. Don't blame me, Ellie. I told you to get an abortion a long time ago. You're the one who betrayed me first. I had a long, terrifying nightmare. I dreamt Daniel used an incredibly absurd method to kill my baby. I struggled to open my eyes. He was grabbing the doctor, frantically asking when I'd wake up. When he saw my eyes open, he burst into tears of joy, rushing over to grip my hand. Ellie, you're finally awake. Seeing him like this, I couldn't help but pat his hand reassuringly, a small laugh bubbling in my heart. How could I have such a ridiculous dream? Though Daniel was a little paranoid, he wouldn't go so far as to harm his own child. How's the baby? At my question, his smiling face stiffened. The doctor said they couldn't save it. But don't worry, we're still young. We'll have another baby soon. Daniel squeezed my hand, offering comfort, but his expression didn't convey profound grief, as if he were bravely holding it together to console his sorrowful wife. Instead, there was a hint of barely concealed glee. Recalling the dream, a sliver of doubt crept into my mind. I was about to speak when my phone rang. Chloe, I heard you were in a car accident. Are you okay? It was Chloe, a colleague. I pushed away Daniel's face, which had leaned in to eavesdrop, covered the mouthpiece, and mouthed, "It's a woman." Then, speaking at a normal volume, I said, "I'm fine, but we lost the baby." Chloe drew out her words, her tone regretful. "Oh, I see. No wonder you were so heartbroken you decided to resign." Resign? My gaze locked on Daniel, who was pricking up his ears, listening intently. He rubbed his nose, avoiding my eyes. "Chloe, could you please explain to Brenda that I have no intention of resigning? The doctor needs me for an exam here. Let's talk later." I hung up the phone before Daniel could open his mouth to stop me, taking a deep breath to suppress my anger. "Why did you resign for me? Why would you make decisions for me without even discussing it?" Daniel sighed, his attitude sincere. "I was just so worried. Seeing you lying in that hospital bed, barely alive, like you might never wake up again. I was so scared for you." "Daniel, this isn't the first time you've done this. This is my job. Shouldn't you have talked to me about it? I know you, always trying to be strong and do everything yourself. Now you've had a miscarriage, your health isn't what it used to be. Why not listen to me and quit that job? It's not like our family relies on your income, right?" He looked at me as if I were a clueless child. A gasp caught in my throat, suffocating me as if someone had choked me. My breathing became ragged. He rushed over to help me calm down. I shoved his hand away. "Enough, I don't want to hear you anymore. I'm checking out of this hospital." In the end, we both compromised. Daniel wouldn't unilaterally try to quit my job for me, and I would rest at home for a while until I recovered. "Sorry, Brenda, I'll be back at work in a week." She expressed understanding. I curled up on the couch, chatting idly with her, when I suddenly heard a commotion at the door. Oh dear, how could such a thing happen? A car accident out of nowhere. My mother-in-law, Martha, walked in, clutching a small purse, and settled herself tightly beside me, making herself at home. I shifted away, looking at Daniel, who had followed her in, questioning him with my eyes. He smiled. "Mom heard about your miscarriage. She was worried about you, so she traveled all this way to take care of you." "Yes, that's right. Such a grown woman, can't even drive properly. Isn't that just making us old folks work hard? My poor son, he was finally going to have a child, and you just cut it short." As Martha's words grew increasingly inappropriate, I didn't have the energy to get angry, because Daniel had only smiled through the first part, but when he heard the word child, his face suddenly changed.